Oh, today and tomorrow's a big day. Big days. It's MOT time and camp out time. Ooh. Stuck in the door for him. Right, let's get on it. So, first of all, wish her luck. I think she's alright. The tyre tread's fine. That's the main thing I forgot to check, so I just checked it then, but well within the limit, so that's alright. I was slightly concerned then. Really thought about it last minute and I thought, God, how recently have they been changed? Because not since I've had it, but it's also only done 4,000 miles this year, so it couldn't be that bad. But yes, here we go. Bright and early. We've got crazy hair. The sun's at my eyes. But yeah, off to the MOT. Obviously normally get it done through the mechanic that I normally use. But he has got 2 weeks off. He did go to A&E and then he's had 2 weeks off, so I don't know if it's to do with the old virus, but I was like, no, thank you, I'll go somewhere else. So I found somewhere more local, which is handy. So we're going there for the MOT today. Hopefully get a nice phone call later saying everything was all good, but obviously we'll wait and see. And yeah, then on to the big one. Then we've got camp out, and obviously all the belts and phaser, and water pump, and getting it all done at the same time. Just because you're supposed to do the water pump at the same time, just because if anything goes wrong with the water pump, you've got to take all the camp outs off again. So I'm getting that job done at the same time. So a nice big job getting done. Hopefully after it passes the MOT, but we'll see how we get on with the MOT first of all, and see if there's any bills there. But obviously that's going to help with the sale, because people will know that it passes an MOT and people will know that whatever was wrong with it got fixed, because I don't want to sell a car with any major problems. So a little bit of peace of mind for me and for them. But yeah, camp out's the big one. But it'll be alright, surely it'll be alright. But yeah, we're on our way there now. And like I said, I'll sort of finish this video off after Tuesday, updating you on what happened with the MOT, and yeah, what happened with the camp out, and make sure it's all good and ready to be sold at the end of the month, which is coming very quickly. But hopefully people still want to buy a car, but we'll see how the current climate goes. It might have to sit for a little while. It's got a nice new battery, so that should all be fine. Brilliant. Anyway, yeah, we're on the way there, and I'll come back to you when it's all done. Is that egg for me? Ready to go spend loads of money? Why do I park it so close to that, away from the garage? I think it's weird just generally driving around with this coronavirus. There it is, piece of shit. And I don't know where you can go. You can reverse any of that. Here we go then. Right, I'll see you when I'm 10 stone lighter. Oh no, don't want the bag. Don't want the bag. Oh, brilliant. Right, I think this is officially going to be the last drive. Here we go then. Oh, that's far back. Last drive in the beast. paperwork, but I think I'm probably going to talk about all that when I get back. But I just need to shoot up to my mum's now. I'm going to leave it there because I don't have room to keep the work van, Emily's car and my black Clio all down at mine anymore, because we've started to do stuff in the garage while we're off on this quarantine stuff. So this car needs to go up to mum's now. I'm going to need to pop up there, give it a clean outside, make sure everything's spotless, ready for some pictures for sale. That's probably the last bits I'm going to do on this car. Yeah, sort of other than that, this is the end. I've really enjoyed it. I've enjoyed this car more than I expected to, but it is a great laugh. And moving back to the 182 for a little bit. In the future, when I can, well, if I ever start earning any more money in my life, I can push on to more bigger things. But yeah, I can't afford to run both. That's the main reason. If you guys didn't know, I just can't afford to keep both. One, because because just the tax, insurance, everything is just too much. I can barely justify only one Clio at a time now that I've got the work van, but I want to keep it. I feel like I need it in my life and fun weekend drives and stuff like that, but it's just the way it is. But yes, talking quickly about the MOTs, just as quick how it went. We failed the first one. Brilliant. Hopefully you've all seen on the news that if your MOT was due after the 30th of March, this one was due on April the 2nd, no, 1st, 2nd, something like that. If your MOT was due after the 30th of March, which this one was, you get another 6 months MOT. So if I was keeping this car, I wouldn't have MOT'd it. Come on, John, get the clutch back. I wouldn't have MOT'd it because I would have had 6 months pretty much free MOT, where I wouldn't have to worry about any issues or anything like that. But I want to sell it, so I needed to MOT it to make sure everything was okay for the next owner, and it wasn't. So obviously that was the reason why I MOT'd it. It's hot in here. It's 27 degrees. Who's been sat here? Baking themselves. That's great fun though. Yeah, yeah, unfortunately it did fail, but that means now that I know that the car's going to be 100% for the next person. I can have peace of mind when I'm selling it. I don't have to worry, pretty much. I know, and that person knows, that the car's all good and is mechanically sound. So it did fail the first one on exhaust emissions, and because I got the cam belt, well, the belt's done, and the water pump, they found another issue. The subframe at the front lower subframe or something, had a lovely big hole in it from where it was rotting. Apparently it's quite common on these cars. Then the water can hold underneath the plastic under tray, and that in turn rots the subframe. So that had a nice big hole in it, which he showed me then. I would have filmed it, but I get really nervous. So we got a new one of them. Noah was selling them, so we had to get one off eBay, but I think it came from, well, I don't know where he said, but I got a receipt here. So a brand new one of them has gone on. So yeah, that went wrong for a while. Yeah, an exhaust leak, so that was fine. It was just a leak in a joint, so an easy fix on that one. When he first said, I was like, oh my god, is there like a hole in the exhaust or something? But there wasn't, so that's fine. But yeah, I got the paperwork here and it passed in the end, thank God. So everything is done. I had to pay another month's tax because it is April the 2nd or whatever it is now. I really wanted to get the car back for the 30th of March because I put it in however many weeks ago now, 2.5 weeks ago, but because of this COVID-19 he couldn't get the parts fast, he couldn't do the work fast enough because he was helping other people, key workers and that, which is fair enough. So I've had to pay for another 6 months tax, but obviously I'll cancel it as soon as I'm not driving this one anymore, which will be, well, anywhere now before the end of the month. Get on the pathway, love. What the hell? Joggers on the road, and there's a lovely massive pathway there. Yeah, so I'm going to have to cancel that, but I worked out it was going to cost me about 30 quid. So this drive from the mechanic centre to home is costing me £30. My insurance runs out today, which was ideal. I was starting to panic. I was like, oh god, I'm not going to have any insurance. But I dirty big boys, and I'm going to leave it there. One, like I said, because they've got all the room, and I can clean it up, and I know that it will be safe there. Obviously, because it's sawed, I can't leave it on the road or anything, so it would have to be on the drive, which would push my work van down onto the road, and that's not something that I'm keen on doing. So, right, last little splat up the hill. Now we've warmed up a little bit, but that's going to be it for the 197's life. Goodbye. At least we've got loads of videos, got loads of memories with it. The only other car I've ever sold was my 1.2 Clio, and that was not very emotional because I had a 182 to get into and drive like a lunatic. But yeah, I've always owned the 182, so I've never really sold a car, but we'll see how the sale goes on. Said she does need a good clean. I gave her a little one the other day, but there's bits that I need to get right into to make her look super pretty. It's obviously still got its bad sides with the paint and stuff like that, and I'm going to do a video on the bad sides of it. So if you are looking to buy the car, obviously the video will show you that well, show you what there is, all there is to see. Paperwork, keys. Gonna turn her off at the last time. Goodbye. If it ever sells. If not, I'll have to keep it. Cool, so I will be coming up again to give this all a clean over because it does need a bit of a cheeky hoover and a bit of a wash because we're getting dirty and mossy in places that, like I said, I just want the new owner to come and get it and be like, wow, sexy. Obviously, except for the steering wheel, they're going to need to give it some sweet, sweet loving. But if I was to keep the car, that's what I'd do. I'd make that black and red, because then it matches all of these. Do something with the handles like I've done on mine. Steering wheel would do a refurb through Snappy again, like as I did with my 182. It's not overly important on this one, it's just fade in, and like I said, this here, if I really wanted to, I suppose I could get out a needle and thread and stitch a new ring on there, but no. Thank you. But I'm pretty sure I've taken everything I need out of the car until next time. But until then, it's going to be the last video on this. Until I'm going to sort of come up and give it a clean, show what's wrong and what's right with it. There's a bit of a for sale video, but peace out.